Good morning, students. In the last class also we told you about safety precautions. Those safety precautions you have to follow each and every time in this lab. Safety first and attendance must. If there is any damage to your body parts, to your fingers, to your nails, we are having first aid kit, first aid tool also, in which we are having Savon, betadine, Volini, and all the things which we are required. Cotton bandage. The first aid which is available with us we can use if any case it happens in unavoidable situation, but try to avoid those situations where they can be harmful to you. Ask us how to do this, then we will tell you, we will give you demonstration of the process operation, how to use the different tools or machine, then you have to work on that. Without asking, don't perform any operation. Thank you. Today we will teach you about fitting shop, bench working and fitting shop. Earlier we have told you about machine shop, lathe machine in which you have performed. You have learned how to perform facing operation, plane turning operation and step turning operation. We have told you about different parts of central lathe machine, different types of lathe machines, parts of lathe machines, how to perform these operations and the functions of different components of central lathe machine. You have already seen in the video different types of feed, the movement. Today we will discuss with you about bench working and fitting shop. Before the start of this show, I will tell you about this vernier caliper. This is used for measuring dimensions. You have already studied it in 10th, 11th and 12th class. But today again we will repeat how to measure the dimensions with the help of vernier caliper. Why we are using vernier caliper instead we are having a scale? The difference between this scale and vernier is that this scale can measure up to 1 mm. We can measure 27 mm, we can measure 28 mm with the help of this scale, whether it is of 6 inches or 12 inches. We can't measure 27.4 millimeters, but we can measure with the help of vernier up to 2 decimals after point. We can measure with the help of vernier 27.68, 27.64, 27.66 millimeters. So we can measure up to 0.02 millimeters. So the least count is the minimum measurement which we can do. That is the least count. For this vernier caliper, the least count is 0.02 millimeters. I will tell you about different components of vernier. These are fixed jaw. These two are movable jaw. This one is vernier scale. From here to here, this one which is moving is vernier scale. The fixed one and the longer one is main scale. In the lower portion we can measure in millimeter. In the upper side we can measure in inches. Here the least count is also mentioned in inches and here in millimeters. Okay. So these jaws are also known as, if we go, these upper jaws are also known as internal jaws. We can measure internal dimension of any hollow things. Suppose we have to measure the inner dia, we can measure with the help of upper jaws. These are also known as inner jaws. The upper jaws are also known as inside jaw. The lower one are also known as outside. We can measure external dimensions, whether it is length, diameter or width. This is the tightening screw. So how to measure? First we have to see, suppose we have measured this dimension. We have to see the zero of vernier scale, where it is. The zero of vernier scale. The zero of vernier scale is between 15 and 16 of main scale. The zero of vernier scale is between 15 point and 16 point of main scale. So it is more than 15. Now we will see which point or which line of vernier scale is accurately coinciding with the main scale. So here we will start from 0, then we come at 5, 9. So the distance is this dimension is 15.9. At 9 it is accurately coinciding with the main scale. So this dimension is 15.9. This is the way how to use the vernier scale. So we will tell you about fitting shop. Fitting shop comprises of bench working and fitting shop. Bench working because we are using the bench vise. This is the bench vise, which is also known as holding device, in which we are holding the workpiece. Again, the workpiece is made of mild steel, like in case of machine shop. We were using a cylindrical rod, and here we are using a square piece of mild steel. The workpiece is again made of mild steel. First we are doing the measurement. We are having this raw material. This is a steel plate of thickness 50 mm. We can measure the thickness with the help of vernier, which is of 50 mm, and the width is 50 mm. This is 5 mm and this is 50 mm. So first we have to measure the required dimension. Then we have to do marking. Measuring, there are several tools used for measuring: direct measuring and indirect measuring. For direct measuring means then we can measure directly and we can see the dimension what we have done the measurement with the help of vernier, with the help of a scale. And for sometimes we can't measure directly, then we have to use indirect measuring tools like caliper. Suppose we have to measure the thing in such a way that we are not having a vernier caliper or anything. So we have to measure with the help of this. We have measure like this, and we see at vernier scale. Then this is known as indirect measuring, when we have to use another tool for measuring. So first of all we are doing marking, secondly we are doing measuring, thirdly we are doing marking. Marking is of two types, temporary and permanent. As the name itself indicates, temporary means for a very short duration. This marking will be long lasting for a very short duration. That temporary marking is done with the help of chalk like this, and we can erase after the purpose is solved. The permanent marking is done with the help of punches, and we do like this. This mark will not be eliminated or erased. That's why it is known as temporary marking. The punches are of three types: center punch, dot punch and automatic center punch. The difference is between the tip, which is the top edge, or when we are using it, then it is the lowest one. The angle of this tip, if it is a thinner one, then it is automatic center punch or prick punch. The automatic center punch or prick punch, this does a marking on a very deep hole or a very thin material. Then the mark is smallest one with the help of automatic center punch. The angle of tip of center punch is 30 degree. For dot punch, this angle of tip is 60 degree. For center punch, it is 90 degree. So when the angle is minimum, the mark is also smallest one. The angle increases, like this is 30 degree, the mark will be like this, smaller one. When it is 60 degree, then the mark will be a larger one. When it is at 90 degree, then the tip will be the largest one, and this mark will be largest one. So after marking, first of all we do measuring, then marking, and third one is cutting. How do we do cutting? We fix our workpiece in this bench vise. Again, like the vernier, where we are having fixed jaw or movable jaw, like our mouth. In the same way, the bench vise is also having fixed jaw and movable jaw. This jaw is moving. and this one is fixed. When we are moving this handle in clockwise direction, then it is tightening. When loosening, then we move this handle in anti-clockwise direction. So for cutting, we are using hacksaw. Hacksaw. This is adjustable hacksaw. Here we can adjust the length of this blade. And this is fixed hacksaw. Here we can't adjust the length of the blade. This portion is known as blade, which is used for cutting. This portion is frame, this is handle made of wood, this is wing nut for tightening or loosening of the blade. Then we have done marking here, then we do cutting. Then we have made a piece which is required for us of required dimensions. Then we will put it in the bench vise. Till now we have done 3 operations. First one is measuring, second one is marking, third one is cutting. The fourth and last step is finishing. For finishing we are using file. Files can be of 5 types. File can be classified on the basis of 3 different parameters. On the basis of cut, maybe single cut or double cut. The cut is known as these lines. If these are in single direction, then it is known as single cut. Like this portion is single cut. This portion is known as single cut. When it is in 2 sides, then it is known as double cut. According to cut, single cut and double cut. According to shape, this is rectangular file. The cross section of this file is rectangular. This is circular or round. This is triangular. You are seeing the cross section of this triangular. This is half round, and this is square file. These types of files on the basis of shape enables the use of these files. Suppose then we have to make a flat surface, then we can use any type of file. Suppose in any case we have to finish like this. If this is a V shape, here we will be using triangular file because we have to make in this shape. Here we can use flat file because if we are using flat file here, then it will damage another side. It may damage another side. But here we have to use triangular file. At the same time, simultaneously we can finish both the sides. Suppose if we have to make a hole like this, we have to do finishing, then we will be using circular file like this. We have to do finishing inside a hole, then we have to use circular file. Suppose we have to make a arc, external arc, then we will be using half round file. Then we have to make finishing of two sides which are at 90 degree, then we will be using square file. So these are different types of file on the basis of shape and their application where we have to use a particular file. The third one is on the basis of grade. Grade means the number of teeth. These lines are known as teeth. How many teeth are per inch or per centimeter? These lines are known as teeth. These lines are known as teeth. The first one is rough file, second one is coarse file, third one is bastard file, fourth is smooth, and fifth one is dead smooth file. In dead smooth file there are 40 teeth per inch. In rough file there are 8 teeth per inch. It is known as TPI. It starts from 8 teeth per inch up to 40 teeth per inch. The minimum number of teeth per inch reduces the maximum amount of material from the external surface of the material of the workpiece. If we have to do finishing, then we have to use more number of teeth per inch. Means if we have to do extraordinary finish, then we have to use dead smooth file which is having 40 teeth per inch. So these were the tools used. Different types of hammer are also there. This is claw hammer used for taking out nails from any workpiece. Suppose we have done hammering and we have put any nail or a screw, then we have to take it out, then this claw hammer is used. This portion is known as handle, which is made of wood. This portion is known as head. And the top edge is known as pin. This is a cross pin hammer. This portion I told you, pin, P-E-N, pin. If this is across 90 degree to the handle axis, then it is known as cross pin. If it is parallel in the same axis of the handle, then it is known as straight pin hammer. Ball pin hammer, if this pin is of round shape, then it is known as ball pin hammer. So we have told you about different types of tools. This is tri-square, which you have seen using mason or carpenter in your house. This is used for checking out 90 degree of any workpiece, whether we have done the finishing at 90 degree or not. We can check it whether we have done finishing correctly or not. If the air is passing, the light is passing, there we have not done properly. It should be accurately at 90 degree. The material I told you, workpiece is made of mild steel. The same material is used in machine shop also, because this material is having a tendency or property easily to machinability. It is having the highest property of machinability. We can do machining process on this, we can do cutting process on this, we can do facing, plane turning, welding, drilling, riveting. Most of the processes, operations can be done on mild steel. We will tell you different types of steel also in the next class. Different types of steel which is used for which purpose, which type of steel is used. So for any doubt you can ask us on WhatsApp or call. We will provide you write-up also. So you have to make a complete file of these practicals, 3 practicals in machine shop and 2 in fitting shop. Total you have to perform 12 practicals till your end semester, right? 6 in the mid-sem exam and all the 12 in end-sem exam. The mode of exam will be 50 marks of end semester exam, 25 marks of mid-sem exam and 25 for session. Okay students, bye, goodbye.
So first of all, we have to hold our workpiece with the bench vise so that we could operate it easily. The bench vise is having 2 jaws, movable and fixed jaw. After that, we will be measuring our workpiece where we have to mark it. We have to measure it from 50 into 50 millimeter. Yes. And after that, with the help of tri-square, we will be we will be marking it in the perpendicular angle. Yeah, this is the perpendicular angle we need. Now the operator is right-hander, so we have to adjust it accordingly so that cutting could be done without any problem. Yeah, holding it with the vise, easy and simple. Now with the help of hacksaw, we will be cutting it. Now initiating the cutting edge. It is a bit tricky. As you can see, the blade is hold the as you can see the blade is held such that it could cut in forward stroke. Yeah, there's a lot of physical energy consumed in this operation since it is a manual job. That's why we fast forwarded it for you so that you could not have any kind of problem with it. So this could be seen as an easy task or time saving task. As you can see, it is almost done. Yes, a lot of energy is consumed in this operation. Yeah, it's almost there. That's perfectly done. Yeah, let's cut it. You can see it is cutted, but its edge is not proper, not that smooth as which is required. So first of all, now for monitoring the material removed, we will be weighing it with the help of weighing machine so that afterwards we could again weigh it and then we got to know how much material has been removed. It is the initial weight of the workpiece. Now with the help of tri-square we will check the edges, either they are perpendicular or not. As you can see, the gaps could show that the workpiece is not perpendicular angle. Oh, he's got the point. Yeah, we have to hold it in the bench wise, simply, easily. Now for flattening this side, we will be using flat file. You can see here the flat file is being used. It is flat. Its cross section is rectangular. This will be used. This is bastard double cut flat file. This type of filing is known as cross filing. Yeah, filing is the process in which file is used. Using the file or smoothing the surface is known as filing. The process done over here is known as filing. And this one specific type of filing is known as cross filing, in which the direction of motion of the operator is perpendicular to that of the workpiece, edge of the workpiece. Yeah, we have to monitor the workpiece, the edge, and then accordingly the filing has been done. Now with the help of tri-square we have to check it, either how close it is now to be the perpendicular angle. Yeah, you can see the gaps are easily visible. Yeah, here the filing has to be done. Our goal is here to make 48 into 48 millimeter of a square workpiece. Yeah, initially we took 50 millimeter square piece, but after such filing process, it will be only 48 into 48 millimeter workpiece. Yeah, now the other side will be filed. It must be marked, must be checked with the tri square. Yeah, gap is visible, easily visible. This side must be filed. Yeah, this type of filing is known as straight filing, which was done across the workpiece edge. Now, as you can see here, our workpiece is perfectly 90-degree angle without having any kind of edge. Yes, nothing could be seen, no gap is visible out here. So what we will do, yeah, this is flat, not like the earlier version. Now we will again check its weight so that we could know how much material has been removed. Yeah, you can see material is removed. Now for other practical, what we will be doing, we will be marking it with the chalk. This kind of marking is known as temporary marking, which can easily removed with just a finger if we have to remove it. For this, an odd leg caliper is being used, and we will be marking it with the 20 millimeter. Yes, 20 millimeter is being marked in odd leg caliper. Few adjustments. Yeah, now it's done. So this is how the marking, temporary marking with the help of odd leg caliper has been done. This is odd leg because its one leg is looking very odd, as you can see. This is how the marking is done. Temporary marking. Now we have to mark 14 mm again with odd leg caliper in such a way, as you can see, a rectangular edge can be seen, rectangular area. Very nice, easily done. Now we have to make an arc of 15 millimeter. For that we will be using a divider. We will be measuring 15 millimeter in divider. Then we will mark it in our workpiece with a corner, like we use compass. Here we will be using a divider. Yes, so this is how we marked two rectangles and a circular cross section area in our workpiece with temporary marking. The rectangle, the circular area has been temporarily marked. Now with the help of punch, hammer and an anvil setup, we will be permanently marking our workpiece. Yes, so it is kept in the anvil. We will be marking it only one strike, not the double strike is not needed. Only a single strike is needed. With these punches, our marking will get permanent. This is the permanent marking. Marking with punches, hammer, and an anvil. You can see craters has been developed in the surface of workpiece. Craters like meteors and asteroids, when they strike with the surface of Earth, craters are formed. Similar craters are formed on the surface of workpiece. Easily, firmly, no need to hesitate. Yeah, done very smoothly. This will be the permanent marking. Now the circular area. Now the permanent marking has been done. Then we will move on to the cutting of these markings.
Go.
We will again hold this workpiece into the vise, bench vise, and we will cut it with the help of hacksaw. Now initiating the cut. Yeah, this material has been removed, and in the other side also material has been removed. These work pieces, these pieces have been removed over here. As you can see, the edges are not that smooth. Yeah, although the cutting has been done, but it is not perfect. Now for the circular part, what we have to do is we will be cutting from two sides, and after that we will file it with a circular file.
Are you done?
Now cutting will be done from the other side. As you can see, our workpiece is not having that kind of edges. Now we will use files in order to make it a perfect workpiece. Now we will keep it in such a manner
देख ऐसे करके ऐसे
that we could
जैसे बच्चा और
use a half round file for making this circular edge.
अब इसमें राउंड सेमी राउंड
Yeah, this one is the half round file or semicircular file, we also call it. You can see now it is bit circular. Now This side we have to make an external curve. With the help of flat file only we can make this.
बहुत बढ़िया
We will file this side with the flat file. Easy and simple. It's like a greeting card if you would have used a scissor in order to make it round, the corner round. In the similar way, what we do, we make our edge or the corner round.
उसमें आ जा देख अब एक मिनट जरा
Now you can see this this corner has been made round. So smooth.
एक बार पूरा खोल जाओ को और
Now we will be smoothing the surface. We will make it shine. So we'll hold it like this. This side, this surface has to be finished. We will file it in such a way that it could be having a nice surface finish.
अब हट जरा हाथ
You can see now it is having a good surface now, at least better than before.
अब इसमें चला
Now with the help of square file, we will be making the edges perfectly perpendicular. You can see now it is better than before. Now we will be using flat file to make it round, to make it rectangular. All the sides will be filed properly. Yeah, now it is in the perfect shape. Just have a look how perfect this workpiece have been made. Similarly, you can make several shapes or several kind of workpieces as you need. This is the final workpiece obtained in the fitting operation. So the this is the practical of fitting shop. Hope you would like it.